Yeah. So let's move on to the next topic that we'd like to discuss. So there are some events that have happened the past few weeks, and one of the bigger ones is the World Cup, right? Yeah, World Cup. Woohoo! To be honest, me specifically, I'm not that into soccer. It's football in other countries because I never actually grew up with it. I grew up with basketball as my favorite sport, so I watched basketball just a lot. And soccer kind of is a new thing to me in regards to that. So I would love to learn more about it, and I love the thing about every country participating, and it's just like a huge event for everybody. And do you have any other things to talk about that in regards to the World Cup?
I mean, from me, everything has started because I used to watch soccer with my dad, and I wouldn't understand absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But I would just see the enjoyment and the hope that my dad would get out of just watching a soccer game. And even though I didn't understand many of the things that were happening, and they were just men playing, going after a ball, it was just so cool to see how many people could get together to celebrate something just like that.
Right.
So I think we can actually kind of do the same for other things in our lives, just to get together to celebrate, for the good things as well. Everything doesn't have to be bad all the time. I know it can get overwhelming with the news that everything seems to be so sad, but when you just take another look, there are these wonderful things going on in the world, and is awesome.
Yeah, I think that's one cool thing about the World Cup is everyone kind of just coming together and enjoying a sport and just celebrating, and a huge event, like you said, to take away from a lot of the bad news that's happening in the world. I'm excited to see that. And I know that is for anything in regards to Colombia, is it a pretty good team, pretty good soccer team?
I mean, if you ask a fan of other teams,
it's true.
It's kind of hard to tell, you know.
Right.
So you have just to. It's going to be quite biased. So yes, Colombia was a great team.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just want to talk a little more before just about the general World Cup.
Yeah.
So, actually, it was founded in 1930. So this has been going on for 88 years.
That's a long time. That's very long. Yeah.
And you think about before that time, it has been wars and all of these things. Conflicts in the world, and we are still having the World Cup.
Right.
So it's great that it has lasted all this time, and it continue bringing people together.
Yeah. So who are you rooting for? Well, I guess we can talk about what teams are participating in the World Cup right now, in the 2018 World Cup.
I mean, we have first-time World Cups soccer teams such as Panama and Iceland. And that's super cool. I was rooting for Panama the other day. I'm trying to root for all the South American countries. Mm-hmm. Yes, I know it's a little biased, but I do like the soccer, that I see. Do you have any other teams?
Yeah. So we can go down the teams participating right now and see who are you rooting for. So Group A has Russia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Uruguay.
Yeah,
trying to say it properly.
No, Uruguay is a small country next to Argentina, Paraguay, a little bit in Brazil. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Cool. And then Group B is Portugal, Spain, Morocco, and Iran. Mm-hmm. Group C is France, Australia, Peru, Denmark. Is it Peru?
Peru.
Group D is Argentina, Iceland, Croatia, Nigeria. Group E is Brazil, Switzerland, Costa Rica, Serbia. Group F is Germany, Mexico, Sweden, and South Korea. Group G is Belgium, Panama, Tunisia, England. And Group H is Poland, Senegal, Colombia, and Japan. So I'm actually rooting for Japan, just because I'm rooting for an Asian country. They usually don't do that well in soccer, so I'm just rooting for them to kind of advance. And they've never won the World Cup before. I did some research a little bit, and no Asian countries. If I'm wrong, let me know. No Asian countries have won the World Cup before. So I'm just rooting for them. But it kind of sucked because Japan and Colombia was actually the very first match. I didn't really want to root against Colombia. I actually wanted them to tie.
But unfortunately, Colombia lost.
Yeah, you can tell a little bit about what happened in the Colombia and Japan match.
Well, basically, we got a red card like 5 minutes into the game, and I mean, what I can see here is that the red card is basically you get suspended in that game, and that player cannot be replaced.
Yeah.
So basically, we play with 10 players for the whole 90 minutes.
Yeah.
So that might have contributed to Colombia's loss. But I think Japan did quite a great job as well. I'm not gonna do like.
Right. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And also, there are other people, other favorites that win the World Cup for right now, like Brazil and Germany. Mm-hmm. Germany holds the current title in the World Cup, and Brazil has won like 5 times.
Right.
So they have a really good chances of winning.
Yeah.
I see other teams, like honestly, that have been doing really good as well. So, everyone has a fair chance, I guess.
Is there any other team that you're rooting for? Or is it...
As I said, all South American countries.
Oh, it's all South American. Okay.
Yeah, maybe Argentina.
Yeah. I'm also rooting for Colombia.
Yeah, Uruguay is doing a really good job too.
Right.
Peru, all of them. Panama.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So we can talk a little bit about the rules because I didn't really know like how it worked for the World Cup in terms of like how they advance. So they're separated into different groups with 4 teams.
There are 8 groups.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There are 8 groups, and then 4 teams in each group, and then they each play each other. Each team plays each other in that group, and if a team wins, they get 3 points. Mm-hmm. If a team loses, they get 0 points, and if the teams tie, whether it's 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, they get 1 point.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, each team gets 1 point.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
so
and by the time they all play each other, the top 2 teams that has the highest points moves on to the knockout round, and then after that, they all play each other, and whoever gets knocked out, they lose. Whoever plays and wins that match, they win. They move on. Whoever loses. So I never actually knew that. So I thought that was interesting how the bracket was set up in regards to that.
Yeah, I mean, also something very interesting is that for those people that don't know, actually there are 11 cities that are hosting the World Cup. It's not only one stadium and that's it.
11 cities in Russia.
And there are 12 stadiums. And the final in the World Cup is gonna be played in Moscow.
Gotcha.
Also there was something quite amazing that we found, and it's actually like the winners get some prize money. We thought they didn't. Honestly, I thought it was just for the sake of playing up to 1 point. I mean, I did think that there were like financial rewards to, these amazing things that these people do, but it's quite a lot of money.
Yeah, I didn't know how much. It was crazy.
If you still want to be a soccer player, you might be thinking of that. That's a great option. I mean, I think millions of dollars, and it's great.
Did you know how much it was?
No, I don't have that.
I can look it up really quickly.
Yeah. So you guys have an idea.
I think it was said like $40 million. I think it was like, I want to say it was like
okay, just for the sake of you.
It was 38 million. So the World Cup winner gets $38 million, and that's $3 million increase from 2014. Mm-hmm. So they're getting way more money. And that's pretty crazy. I didn't know it was like worth that much, but that's pretty crazy. Also, what I didn't know was because I watch other sports and the clocks count down.
Oh, yes.
So they clocks count down all the time. But in soccer, the clock is 90 minutes and they never stop the time. And I was always wondering that. I was like, why does it ever stop? You know. Then I figured out like if there's any penalties or if there's any substitutions, they just add time after the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
if the match gets stopped by anything, they will add the time at the end.
Yeah, that's really cool. And another cool thing is the World Cup trophy cost $20 million.
What?
Yeah, $20 million.
Only that little thing.
Yeah.
That's
It's like, what the heck? I was like, the World Cup trophy itself is crazy. And I was looking at, other trophies compared, to the World Cup trophy, like the NBA championship, NFL, and they're only worth like, $10,000 to $20,000, $30,000, and this is $20 million for the World Cup.
But honestly, that's just for showing, because I don't think it really does it.
Right, for sure.
I know, but that's just still, outrageous.
Yeah.